Hello everyone! Welcome back on my channel! I've been to Wales. The very first trip after 10 years of chronic fatigue syndrome. Whoa! It was a big step for me, and well, I did not expect the journey going there to be just as much of an adventure in itself. I almost was like, why do we travel so far to go to one place while all the places I've been traveling through I could have easily spent years or just days. Like in London, I have stepped into the wrong train once. I have looked so long for the right directions, so I've learned now to ask for directions right away before trying to figure everything out yourself. Because when you're traveling, everything is new. Everything. And it was a lot, but it was fun at the same time because I could do it. Yeah. And London was funny. I I still felt pretty tired. So my day in London, I basically spent sitting in Hyde Park. I think it's a very good name in this case. To hide, a place to hide. And I didn't hide there alone. I was there with the squirrels. Red squirrels, and they are coming at you, right at you. Or are they grey squirrels? Because I think they looked pretty grey. Well, anyway, they were not shy.
Oh, it's not really edible. Oh my! I did not expect this. Hi! Hi! Oh, sorry. Wow! Hi!
I went. Where did I go? I went to the lovely Pembrokeshire and Cardigan, and then a small village nearby. And honestly, I've forgotten the name by now. Oh well, that's okay. Anyway, it was very beautiful around there, around the unknown place. And the first day I went into beautiful forests and I wanted to go exploring, but part of me just wanted to sleep. Um, yeah, that was me the whole trip basically. When I'm looking back at the material of then, because by now that's 1.5 years ago, I'm like, poor thing. Often I hear myself while editing say poor thing to myself. Because I have so much material of me just sitting somewhere, staring at a point for 20 minutes and just looking so tired. And I'm now like, oh, that is what it was still like during that trip. I kind of forgot about that because I just really remembered that I could go on the trip and that it was so nice. And I also very well remember the umbrella. The umbrella that a very nice woman at which I stayed one night in Sindogmels. I remember that name because it reminds me of a saint that gives meals to dogs. So that's very rememberable. Yeah, very rememberable name. And yeah, that very kind lady, I had the nicest interactions. And yeah, and she gave me an umbrella for a day that just kind of felt like how I felt on the inside. I just went to undertake a bit much this first day. But sometimes someone needs to get down, sometimes quite literally, to feel, to know how it feels to get up again. And to know how it feels to be up. Oh, hello butterfly, hi! Well, oh, that was Barry saying hello. No, no, no. Well, I stayed with the lovely, lovely Barry through Airbnb, and he made the trip the way it was. Words are too short. What? It was so nice, and he is a wonderful artist. He draws these beautiful mandalas that just tell nature and the world in the mandalas. One day I took a mandala workshop with him on this day that it promised to rain all day, and we just had the most wonderful day. And at some point we were like, do you still want to go outside? Well, I actually feel like just keep on drawing the whole day here. And we did. We really did. We had a lunch together, and it was blissful, just blissful.
Do want and.
Good. And then do the same there and there.
Okay.
And then you're off.
I'm off. Yeah.
So I learned to sort of embrace or go with the, not to resist. You know, if confusion arises, there's something in there. I haven't quite got there yet with this one.
But is it needed?
Well, that's
You can also just really enjoy yourself.
That's it's like, it's nice when you get to something which is beautiful rather than something which is a mess, you know. But I agree with you. You should be able to enjoy the mess as well.
Let's enjoy the mess.
And I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up, you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind.
Once upon a time that would have been...
Impossible.
Yes. I was thinking of making everything a bit bigger here. Partly because I was tired.
I'm impressed you haven't lost track because it's quite tricky to get all that working properly.
Good, Dad. Well done.
I've gone into non-detail really.
Yeah.
I've had the most lovely conversations with Barry, and I'm really glad that I'm looking back at all the material now and kinda relive all those moments we experienced together because, well, I filmed for 20 minutes straight usually just while we would be talking. So now I can really relive those moments, and I sat editing with the biggest smile on my face ever. So thank you, Barry. Really, thank you for everything we could talk about. So nice. And this one day he gave me a pile of books about astrology, and he just knew everything about it and just told me everything about, well, everything about my astrology charts. And he was like, well, I can tell you, but you could also figure it out yourself. That usually, sticks more. So he gave me all these books so that I could try to figure it out. But at the point I was like, you don't realize how special it is that you know how to do this. I really spend a lot of time trying to figure it out now, but now I would like you to just tell me what you know. And that was a lovely conversation too. Ah, and one day I also got a tour from him to go see some sacred sites. It is really convenient that he has a car while I didn't, so we could really go to these magical, beautiful places with a lot of dolmens. So those stones being put on top of each other. Really magical, beautiful places where in old times people would have ceremonies and get through things in life. Yeah, it was really magical, and I had to pinch myself that I was there. And still I didn't believe it. And now looking back at it, I almost forgot most of the places we actually were. Strange mind forgets the most beautiful things. Off we go. There you are. Wow. I kinda have to pinch myself that I'm actually here. Look at this. Oh, I can just lay down, I feel. In the ferns. Oh, hi there. Will you let go of me now? Thank you. I just now even felt like when we were in a beautiful place and he said like, this is a beautiful spot, and we stopped for a moment. I didn't film it, and I think that's just even because I couldn't realize we were there, and because of something in me still saying that I can't do that and that this isn't possible. But it is, I'm doing it. I'm not looking at a fairy tale, I'm in a fairy tale. Yeah, it looks just beautiful. Now, when on this trip, I exactly took the month in which there was almost only rain in Wales. But I just had to laugh about it, really. Oh, and there was one day when it was raining all day. I actually felt like sitting inside under a blanket, but I had to go out because Barry also needed his day in his house, which I totally respect because I would like that too if it was my house. Yeah, so what did I do? I did visit this lovely old ruin of a castle, Kildaren. No, Kilgarren. Here we go. And I spent the whole day sitting in this one little nook in which it was pretty dry. And I just sat there the whole day, reading a book and drawing a little bit, but just mainly sitting there. And when it was dry, getting out for a moment. Wonderful. And then, well, the guard, he came to check on me at some point. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just having fun here." And at some point, he did realize that. And then I was so relaxed that I started singing, and the bird started singing along with me. It was really, I sang, he sang, I sang, he sang. It was so nice. And then we were like sirens because we lured the garden and he came. And he just listened and started to walk around the area, going very close to by the cliffs. But we are kind sirens. He did not fall off. He just walked by again. also did actually hire a bike so that I could go places more easily. But the the bicycle ride back to Barry's house from where I rented the bike made me think a bit differently about it, because those that the cars go on are steep, yo! I just said yo. Lang joh. Het opnemen zo. Heen en weer van een berg hollen. Fiets weer neerzetten. Jou weer in de tas doen. Het is een hele marathon van 3 dingen. Marathon is 3 dingen die je doet, toch? Camera gear inpakken, fiets wegzetten en de berg op en afrijden. Dat is de marathon. De Aditi marathon. Box. To get your mail in. Isn't that insane? Oké, is misschien al een beetje veel in één. Zo de berg af. Ja, je kan dit. Well, you're being cool. Oh. You're okay, my dear. I guess you are, but I'll just have to remind you to. Let's see on which frequency you are. And apparently it's a pedestrian path. Can you see it? Yay! Now, imagine, after 10 years of not being really able to go on vacations or do anything much, it was... This trip was really all about trying to realize that I actually could go on that trip. Already in wanting to go there, the planning, I spent a month really on planning everything I could, and then when I had really planned everything about going in a certain place in a certain way, I did not book it. Then it would vanish again and I would have to plan everything over again. Which was really weird of myself, and still I had only 1 week and I thought, well, to now find one place for a whole month is maybe impossible, but now I know what I want, and this is my intention, and I go look for that. And I found it in the best way, with the best person, Barry, which was a dream. And I'm very grateful that he also accepted a stranger to live in his house for a month. Yeah! So that is the going there, the planning, I mean. Then the going there was also an adventure in itself. And then the being there, I just could not realize that I was in those beautiful places, and I had to remind myself that I could do it as well. And then, afterwards, I did make a vlog about this, but I realized that the most beautiful sights I had seen were not actually in the video, because part of me could just not yet embrace that beauty that I had been in. It was so weird. So I think it's very good that after having spent like more than 20 hours on that first vlog, because that was the first vlog I ever made, I think. Yeah, it vanished. and I had to do it again, which I did not do till now, 1.5 years later. Yay! But that's good because now I can put those beautiful parts in, and now it really is a video that it was not back then. But I did not yet realize that I could already do so much. And I also knew that, and I wanted to change that. I wanted to really reprogram myself after those 10 years of having had voices in my head that would say, you cannot do this, which was pretty much true back then, but not anymore. And there was this one big day that was a shifting moment. It was so cool. I really wanted to go to see the Fioni waterfalls. But it would be like a 3 or 4 hour walk. Only going there and 4 hours back? No, in total. But it felt like that much. It felt like impossible, really. But I had been there for a while and I really wanted to go, so I did. And it really started with my own mind talking me against it. So, here we're walking again. This morning I felt no knowing whatsoever in what to go do today, and doubting and re-planning all the time, which was exhausting. Sometimes you just have those days without any direct reason. So I'm that person to whom you give a map, a route to walk, completely pre-chewed, we would say in the Netherlands, voorgekoud, and then I won't walk it and I won't listen to that route. Part of me is scared to get lost. Part of me feels completely confident that I will bump into the place I'm looking for any minute now. Then I got there, and yes, it was beautiful, it was very nice. But the most beautiful thing about the day was that I found out that I could do that, which was the whole shift. I'm so grateful and so happy, and I was so grateful then, and really grateful, but I could not comprehend it yet. And it's nice to look back at that now. Found this thingy in the bushes, and then I picked the stick of a fern. Incredible that I could even still do this. I can still smile. I still feel pretty fine. After having walked 4 hours, read a book, finished a song I wrote about these feelings and days here. What else did I do? Sending some images to the woman who is making my first YouTube video. If you would have told me this a year ago, or maybe even just a week ago, I'd already been like, skeptic. But a year ago I'd be like, that's a nice dream. So now I think I can officially say I really have been fully healed.
I have been saying that for a while now, but to be honest, I didn't fully believe it myself. Hello. Nice to see you again. Too much cars? Yeah, okay. Look at that. Hi. Just these kind of adventures. It's so wonderful. It actually still feels a bit like a dream to be in Wales in the first place. And to do these kind of things like they are normal. They kind of are now. I can really feel that this is normal. Normal, as in my new normal. Normal is always just depending on the person who is saying it, right? Oh, I'm living a normal life, my normal life now. Very normal life. Right, cat? Right. He is planting the flower in the garden. He's the best host.
So I will leave you with that now, and next week I'll come back with the rest of my adventure there, of what happened after I kind of realized that I could do everything. See you. All the love. You can do anything, but in due time. If you cannot right now, it's okay. I've been there. Bye.